And we're live. Da-da-da. What's up, everybody? I'll get mine in an instant. What does that mean? You drink instant coffee? Nasty. Instant coffee is nasty. Nasty. So, anyways, what's up this morning? Are we licking our butts? That's funny. That's just stupid. You can have your money back. What money did you spend? You can have your negative 5 cents. So you owe me 5 cents. Get over it. Get over it, Patreon.com. Anyway, so I need to do more fusionating. That's probably what I'm going to do. Anyone want to jump in here? Come on, Andrew, you need to jump in here. Did you get any sleep? You were streaming. You were just getting up when we were streaming last night. Crap. We had a good stream last night. There were a lot of people. I hit up all the people that haven't streamed in a long time and said, get your ass on here. We haven't seen you around in a while. We got a Vince. A Vince logo, anyways. Hey, there's a whole Vince attached to that logo.
I got to mute.
What's up, Michael Castle and Andrew and Mr. Buttram and DT Mash and more Mr. Buttram, and there's a 3D Medic Vince dude, which I think that's him. And that's it. There are not too many people.
Still got 8 spots.
You are really bored being at home, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bored. But I got to get a note from the doctor, but I should be back to work after the 13th.
After the 13th?
Well, technically, I could probably be back to work on the 13th, but they already have me scheduled off. Might as well use my sick time and enjoy an extra day off.
That's another freaking 2 weeks away.
No, so a week and a half.
Today's the 1st, the 13th. 14 days in a week.
Yeah, so I've got Friday therapy, and then I got 3 therapy next week.
So you got another 2 weeks. Minus a day. I mean, that's cool and everything. It's just, you know what sucks about having this long a time off? I've done this before. Taking a long, I worked for a corporation and you built up time off, and if you didn't use it after a couple of years, you lost it. So I ended up taking 6 weeks off. Going back to work after 6 weeks off is freaking misery. It's like you want to, and then you do, and you're like, why would I want to go back to work? Once you get there, you're like, I enjoyed not being here.
Well, my job, it's not like a boring job. It's just more the lack of sleep and the physical demanding.
Yeah. And the annoying people you have to deal with. The dumbasses like, me.
I was maxed out on sick time, so I had 6.5 months available. And every 2 weeks when I got paid, if I didn't use any sick time, I was giving them back 6 hours. So this year alone, I had already given them back 2.5 days before I got injured. Including what I've been giving them back all of last year.
There was a dude when I worked at the schools. When I was a teenager, I used to work at the school during the summers for, extra money. And there was a guy there. They do the same thing, after so many years, you have to use it. Well, he'd been there 25 years, and they were changing the policy. They used to just let you accumulate it. And then they're like, there comes a point where we can't let you do that anymore. So you got to use it or lose it. He had, I don't know, a buttload of freaking time. And they said you gotta use it, dude. And he didn't. He was one of those. He didn't really like going on vacation. He didn't like sitting home. He'd rather be busy. So he took every Friday off for a year.
Well,
He's like, it's kind of nice having a 3-day weekend every week.
that's kind of the boat I'm in, because I will have been off roughly 6.5 weeks. But when I come back, I still have 12 days of vacation to use. And that's not what I building up for next year already. But yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
I may contemplate doing that through a vacation day here and there. Just
little E, 1010, 2 little E's.
throw a vacation day just to.
It should auto connect again.
Yeah, it brought up home, but it didn't bring up the password. 1010.
Yep.
And 2 little E's.
Yep. Now y'all can hack my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, from this far away, I don't think so.
Yeah. Honestly, anyone wants to. It's so funny. Everyone's like, "Aren't you worried that someone's gonna hack like your bank accounts and steal your identity and all that crap?" I'm like, no. Anyone that wants to steal my identity is more than welcome to the nightmare that is me.
Please, and make sure to pay my bills while you're at it.
Yeah. Go ahead, apply for some credit cards. See how bad they laugh at you. Try and do something, because it ain't gonna happen.
Ooh, excuse me.
Nobody's gonna let you get away with nothing under my name.
I tried to do a liquor thing last night, and the damn thing tipped over.
Well,
Well, I have like a 20
Confusion.
line brim to help hold it up, but it still ended up tipping over.
There we go.
I haven't done it.
having a 3-day. You know what I actually liked better than a 3-day weekend was I kind of did the same thing for a while. I took Monday and Tuesday, took Wednesday off, worked Thursday, Friday, and then the weekend. So I only worked 2 days, had a day off, worked 2 days, had 2 days off, worked 2 days, have a day off, worked 2 days, have 2 days off. That was wicked nice. I did that for a while, even without overtime. I had a company that would let me do 10-hour days. So I did Monday, Tuesday, 10 hours, took Wednesday off, worked Thursday, Friday, 10 hours, and had the weekend off. And that's having that. Only having to work 2 days in a row. It's like Monday and Friday are one right after the other. Monday is Monday, Tuesday is Friday, Wednesday is Saturday or Sunday, and Thursday is Monday, and Friday is Friday again. It's like you get 2 Fridays every week. You get 2 Mondays every week, but you get 2 Fridays every week.
Your Fusion Tuesday. My Fusion was last night, and I made that. LCD holder with a 45-degree angle for one of my printers.
There's like a billion of those out there, including mine.
I know, but I don't like using everyone else's because sometimes I find that when you print them, they don't print nice. But this one, all it's got is that little bit of, it's not even bad at the top there. I mean, my bed wasn't perfectly level because this was just a test, but it came out fine and it fits the printer. So, and
my thing is I can make my own, so I'm gonna.
Yep, drill templates so I can fit linear rails to one of my printers. The difference is I kind of cheated with this one because I went on to GrabCAD and I got the CAD model for the CR10, and that used to be the GTEC A30, so they're very, very similar. So I just made some drill templates that I can fit to the metal brackets that's behind it and drill in my posts. So I've got my plate that goes onto the back of this that then fits the linear rails, because I was doing a few testing. I've been doing testing with a few of my printer designs, and I liked the design of having belts on the back instead of having the Z-rods. So this is test phase 6, I think it is. So instead of having standard stepper motors with the Z-rod going up, the lead screw, it's going to have belts on it instead. So I've got to modify another couple of brackets and make some new brackets out of aluminium to make it work.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole belt Z thing. I'm undecided on it. I was thinking about it on the llama core, and it was just like.
See, the Taz, was it Taz Mini or Taz 6? Doesn't use lead screws, it uses belts. No, it wasn't Taz 6, it was Taz Mini, I think it was. And if you get it set up quite all right, it's pretty decent. You know, you still have to work out.
I've seen a lot of people get cameras off. It just seems, I don't know, there's too many things that can go wrong.
But it's just, I wanted to do a test to see, because belts are a lot less quieter when it comes to any mechanical noise and vibrations that go into the printer itself. I've already done tests on that. It took me 2 years to do multiple tests. And it always happens when you have metal on metal, you get a sub vibration. What is your interpolation steps from the stepper motor that goes up through the lead screw that then interacts with your Z nut, what creates the vibrations in between the two of them. So it doesn't matter, even if you got the tolerances perfect, it would still squeak and still create a vibration. But with belts, because they're tensioned and because they're flexible, the actual vibrations go through the belts. So it doesn't then go back into the actual gantry itself that's moving up and down.
Here's the difference on that. I mean, you're right in a sense, but the problem is unless you get like real high quality bearings that exactly fit the bolt that you're using to hold them in place, you get that resonance through there too.
Oh no, I'm machining.
But you're right,
brackets.
It kind of always fits. It's hard to rattle when it's under tension.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like doing all the tests that I've done tensions on slide bearings, and I did tension on linear rails, and I did tension on belts. Now, belts was good enough that once you had the tension on the belt, that it took all the slack out of pretty much everything you were doing. But when you had it mixed with the linear bearing actually moved really smoothly. Where if I put it onto one of the, the pillow blocks, I put them onto one of them, you'd actually get jerk, because the bearings, for some strange reason, still create a grinding friction. So when the belt is attached to that, it pulls it, and it pulls it nice, but it creates friction still. Where with the linear bearings, with it at the back, it's not actually on the linear rails itself. It means that when it lifts up and down, it's the belts at the back that's on a metal plate that then gives it the transfer of motion, what means that you don't get that metal to metal contact, what means that you're not getting anything that's creating a vibration that can go back through the frame, basically. It took 2 years to actually do a lot more tests on different styles of bearings. I mean, the cheap linear rails that I've got, they're not perfect. They do still have grinding friction within them. You're not going to get away with that, because it's just the way that the cheap ones are. And I'm not going to go out and buy high wind rails for a test project. But I mean, these move quite nicely, quite smoothly. Once you have them up and down, they actually move a lot more nicer than if you're having it laid flat and you put tension on top of it. It actually grinds a lot more. Where if it's that way, it seems to be perfectly fine. Even if I put tension with a weight on a bar, and then I moved it with a belt to see how much torque it puts on the bottom and the top, to see if it pulls it in or out. And it doesn't. It actually fits quite nicely on this. But once again, the vibration from this can go into the machine. But if you have the belt on the opposite side that is pulling this up and down, it takes the friction off of this, what means that it reduces the vibration that goes through it as well. Lots of testing, lots and lots of testing, and a little sound meter underneath it. 2020, the whole kind of try and go the scientific route of it, and bodge it up quite a few times and retry it again, and then bodge it up and then try it again, and keep doing it until I actually got a nice set of results that showed that the vibrations were severely reduced through the frame. What means that a standard gantry like the CR10 or anything like that would be quite nice because it's taken out the vibrations out of it. But now you've got the like exo slides. They're pretty good because they create friction on both sides of the rails, what means that the tension on it is reduced, what means the vibrations go through the wheels and not as much through the frame. But they're expensive again as well. So I'm looking for the cheapest route that you can do, where you can just buy 2 cheap linear rails, throw it onto your printer, drill your plates, put it on, put some belts on the back, and then have a printer that doesn't have all the vibration that goes through the printer. That's basically my interpretation of it. Make it as cheap as possible, but try and get the best quality from it. But I know that I'm going to have some problems trying to work out the tooth to pulley system, so that I'm still getting the accuracy that I can from a lead screw, or a T8 star lead screw, as I call it, what is a bit more accurate. All the fancy stuff. 2 seconds.
7. That smaller.
Be back in a second.
Sure you are. I'm like fusionating. I should be sharing the screen as I fusionate. So let's see. That should do that.
So what are you modeling?
I'm gonna put my PlayStation on a bracket underneath the cabinet here. If you look at my cabinet right here, I deliberately, when I built this my desk rolls around. Okay. So I can get at this cabinet down here with all that junk. But I actually designed this entertainment center to have a gap right there. So I could put the computers and hard drives and all that underneath and the big ass PlayStation. And I actually just did my tablet. This is my little Wacom tablet. And I did the pen. So I'm going to put the PlayStation right there underneath there too. And get it up off of the table. Which, I designed all this to do this like 10 years ago and never got around to it. So I'm finally getting around to it because I'm tired of all these wires on my desktop. So I'm designing a little hanger bracket to hold the PlayStation in place. You know what? I need to go back. Let's do it.
I'm designing a new prop for Tanner's rubber band engine, because I found that the other prop works, but it doesn't have enough push to it. So
20? 20 enough? Might go 25, even 30. I might go 30. Make sure it's beefy enough. 30. That's probably too thick there, but you know what? I don't care. And that'll slide in there, and that'll slide in there, and that'll all slide in there, and that'll all slide in there, and that'll all be good. Let's round this over a little bit. Actually, I can round both of these over a little bit. Actually, I can round this one over a little bit, so might as well do them all at the same time. And just do them like 125 is 20. Okay. I said okay, biatch. And then the actual brackety thing here, which I hate it when it does that. Why did you rotate like that when I had you all rotated where I wanted you?
I hate when it does that. It's so annoying.
It's like it just does it for no apparent reason. And 30 tab, let's go 10 there and just make it kind of big and blocky, even though it doesn't really need to be. And let's extrude that out. And there's an easier way I could have done this. I could have done this with the rest of it. Let's come out like, I don't know, 10 or 12. 12 sounds good. And then let's put a hole in it for a screw. And it's going to be capped. And I wish you could set these defaults. I've yet to figure out how to set, because I use the same ones all the time. So I wish it would let me just default them. But I have yet to figure out how. I'm probably sure there is a way. 2.5. And I want this. Whatever. And I want this at 5.5 because that's what most basic everyday screws are. And the head is usually around 9. And what the hell is it? I want, what did I do? 30. So I want 15 off of that. And I think that was 12. So it needs to be 6 off of that. That locks it in place. And then when I pitch this thing, the hole will stay there.
Yeah, I made a small stack of those ear savers to take to therapy to give to the workers there. They seemed appreciative about it.
2 distances. Bring that into there. And I guess I got to do my recess even deeper because I want that to be proper like. Okay. So go back to here. Edit feature. I want this right here to be deeper. Let's see, that whole thing is 10 or 15 deep or something. So if I do like 5, that will give me plenty. That'll basically work. That'll work. Not what I wanted. Cancel. I want to edit this. Edit. I want this to go all the way down. I think I did 12, right? So 12 should work. And then I can actually round it to make it ultra cool. Bring back around that way. So it's a much stronger joint. Right? I'm not hating it. So if I just go with that, I need 4 of them. But actually I only need 2 because 2 more of them I have to put the stop on the back of. So it can't just slide right off the back of the thing. And this hair towel just won't stay up there, so I'm not going to bother with it. Don't really need it anyways. Right. No way. I think I'm okay with that. That should work just peachy. I cannot see a problem with it. Yeah, let's get that little round over. Even if it's a little one. Let's do like 4. 4 sounds good. 4 is a good number. Actually, I think I want to chamfer just a little bit. That edge, that edge, that edge, and that edge. Do it equidistant. Will it even let me? I don't want to do the whole thing. I just want to do those front edges. Gosh darn it. 0.5. No, if it does the whole thing, who cares? Okay. And then a mirror. There's the two front ones.
Let's change those.
There's two back ones. Actually, all I need is one of them. I'm going to have to mirror after I modify it a little bit. Thinking on whether I should attach them or not. If I should just have two sides or if I should have 4 pieces, if that makes sense. 2 sides are going to be a long ass print, but I think it'd be stronger.
Well, the underprinter control box I'm printing just now is 10 hours.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the time. I know I can do it, especially on the big ass 0.8 nozzle. I can spit it right out. And I'm not worried about it being all pretty or anything. It's underneath the cabinet. You never really see but the very front edge of it.
Right, I've got to bounce out for a bit. I'll be back shortly, hopefully. Need to take the missus up to the pharmacy, go pick up a prescription. Right, be back shortly.
Okay, cheese. Okay, stop thinking. What happened? I went too far. That's what happened. Redo. Redo. Come on, stop thinking about it and just do it. Redo. Oh, I hate this whole thinking about it thing. Alrighty then. Well, those are my 2 front ones. Now I need to put a stop on it for the back. But it's got a weird pitch. Like a pretty heavy one. So I think what I need to do for the rear is find out how much that pitch is, which I can guesstimate it pretty closely. Doesn't need to be exact. And then should I attach it as all one? Or should I have 4 separate little legs? The all one will be much easier to mount, but much longer of a print and much harder of a print. They just can't lay it flat. You'd have to stand it up. So I think I'm going with 4 little individual clips. So on that note, take this one. Let's see. Even though that's the bottom, I don't care. So this is the left. Right. Save. And that's that. What's going on in chat? I've been paying attention to chat. You didn't miss anything, Mr. Buttram. What would there be to miss? Yeah, I mean, it's just me and Vince. Oh, not even Vince. What happened to Vince? We lost a Vince and an Andrew. Giving 8 in the stream a new printer so you didn't miss anything. Yeah, I wish somebody in the stream won the lottery and bought everyone new printers. That would be awesome. But it didn't happen. So maybe head off a bunch. Right. Rear. And I want to extend that by about this much, however much that is. I'm going to just kind of guesstimate it by eyeball. By about 21. And then I need to put an angle on it. So let's go from, we can actually do it right on here, on this airplane. We'll put a design pattern on there, and of course it flips around and does all kinds of weird crap on me I don't want it to do. You know, it does all kinds of weird crap I don't want it to do. And project all of this, and all of this, all of this, all of this, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that. Now the whole thing's projected right to the very front edge, which I don't care about because I'm not going to be using that much of it. And then I just need to draw one line from here to the middle. No. We're around here. And dimension this to that should be 30. Okay.
And I'm back.
He's back. So if I take this, 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 this. Hopefully I got it all. And then I hack all of this out. Come on. Go that way and just tell it distance all. I should have a halfway decent pitch there. And I do. And then if I take that and I put a thingy there, which is not really going to do what I want it to do. What do I need it to do? I need to delete that sketch. I need to go back to delete that sketch. That's useless. Go back to the sketch. Edit. And then parallel off one of these equal parallel. Oh, right here. That's what I want. Offset. And do like 3. So nice stop.
I'm glad I think they rebooted the modem, and I think I'm happy because my speech just shot up.
Do that. And go to solid and extrude. From object, go from there. Go this way. Just like 3 again is fine. Oops, -3. -3. Actually, let's bring it all the way out to here. Whoa, what happened? Oh, it's still on select object. Distance. Why is it doing that? I selected the object already. Now I'm at distance. Why is it still selecting the object? Oh, that's kind of annoying. I used to be able to just click there and it would go that distance. There we go. Now it did it. Oh, I didn't want it to cut though. I want it to join. Okay. And that puts my little stop on the back. So the little PlayStation can't go too far backwards. I'm okay with that. I could have centered this hole again and moved that all around, but you know what? I'm okay with it right there. So let's take and do a mirror. And we will use this construction plane again. Select object, that one. Select mirror plane, that one. And now I have a left and a right. And a front and a back. Left, rear, save. I need those 4 parts. And that should hold my little PlayStation up. Give it plenty of breathing room and everything too. It will be able to breathe. Where are the actual legs? They're way in here, so they're not going to hit the legs. And that should snap into place, and that should work. There's no vents back in the back, are there? Here's in the front, none in the back. Nope. I don't think I got that angle quite steep enough.
And the nice thing is, once you get those designed, if it actually works out well, you could probably even, I was going to say, could probably even make, do something where somebody could buy some, or
Yeah, I just put them up on Culture, one of those, and let people have it. I have a hard time selling crap. Then people always want you to like do stuff for them. If I just give it for free, I love these people. Like a lot of times, I won't rotate it so it's the best optimal, printing. Like when I get these people, you should have rotated it so I can print it. I have to rotate it now. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, learn how to use your damn slicer.
Well, several slicers for sure allows you to do place surface on bed. So
yeah, they all do.
Yeah, so
you can rotate in every slicer. Every slicer has a place surface on bed. It's like, stop your damn laziness. Sorry, my free item isn't to your specification. You know what I mean? It's like, get over yourself. Just get over yourself. And actually, I think I will too, because this one you can lay right on the bed here, and this one you can lay on the bed there, and it's all done, and you'll need no supports or anything. Even though this will print at an angle, it should still be. Actually, that should make it stronger. Although the holes here, I almost wish I'd done the mirror before I put the hole in and moved the hole back a little bit. Well, do I want to? Does it matter? It really doesn't matter. Other than it is going to be printing at an angle. Oh, let's see if I can Let's see if I can all this stuff. Let's bring this over to here. And then this, can I move this before that? It won't let me, will it?
Yeah, I just love it when that first layer feels so smooth.
That's the border where it won't let me move anything anymore. Well, I can get rid of the double mirror. If I get rid of this mirror, delete. I get rid of this mirror, delete. What the hell happened? Oh, I know what happened. Command Z, Command Z. I duplicated the wrong one. Oh well, it's really not that important.
Ryan, in Simplified 3D, the Place Surface on Bed is in the Edit menu, down towards the bottom. So it's called Place Surface on Bed. Control L.
What's that? What are you talking to someone on chat?
Yeah.
They all do.
No, he was asking about Simplified 3D.
Yeah, they all have it. They all, if you left click or right click on it or whatever, you'll get the menu. S3D has it right in the move menu somewhere. Yeah, you have to right click on it, like all of them.
I usually just go up to the Edit menu and then just Place Surface on Bed.
Yeah, it's in the edit menu with the S3D, huh? I think if you go over on the right in the S3D, it's been so long since I used the S3D, but you got all the control points. I think one of them over there's a button that says Place Surface on Bed, if I remember correctly. But every slicer, Prusa Slicer, Cura, Idea Maker, S3D, freaking Kiss Slicer, they all have a right click on it. Click on a face and it'll rotate. You know, right click, you'll get a menu. Say, Place Surface on Bed. Like every slicer I've ever used has that. I can't think of one that doesn't. Kiss Slicer has it, I know. Idea Maker has it, I know. Cura has it, I know. Prusa Slicer has it, I know. S3D has it, I know. They all have it. You right click on it, and you get the menu, which I'll show you in a minute because I'm going to do it to these. But I don't think I'm going to print all of these at once. But I should turn the printer on and warm it up. And llama core. Heating up the llama core.
All right, I sent you
So much slower.
picture of where it's located.
What's that?
I was telling Buttram that I took a picture of the menu and sent to him on Twitter so you can see where it's located.
Where am I? I need to export all of these. Save STL. And yes, I'm going to do each one individual instead of as a group because it's a hell of a lot easier on me.
I gotta find something to print. Something else, I should say.
And save and quit. Which now it's got to go into its little long off freaking. Wow, that was quick. The only thing I don't like about Fusion is that whole. No, it clips onto it. It's a PS3 Slim. So that notch, I'll show you in a second. Let me get an idea maker. Actually, I should download the new idea maker. The idea maker that this is a beta of got released, I don't know, yesterday. The 2 point whatever it is. What do I have here? I don't know. The latest beta got released full in the last day or two. And let's do the back. Actually, let's do the front ones first. Desktop, PS4. Let's do this one and this one first, just because I wanted to test them. And they're actually already placed, or are they? I think I want to flip them over. I do, because I got the other side chamfer. See, here's the with idea maker. You go and left click, because I'm left-handed, so I have all my buttons backwards, but it's right click. And then it's, where the hell is it? Right here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Auto fit to build volume. Lay flat. There it is. Apply. See? Lay flat. Apply. It does do that weirdo frickin' 3D weird thing, though, which I'm not sure. But whoops. Not what I wanted. I wanted to go this way. And then I want to go that way. And that should be all right. Start slicing. I want the core base PLA. What is up, Mr. Red Light? You in the crane, man? Come frickin' broadcast from the crane. We want to see the crane. See, if you notice this really cool effect, I've got 3 shells here and 2 shells there. And see how the interlocks as I go up or down a layer? That is one of the awesomest features of Idea Maker. See how that locks in and it's going back and forth? And then this layer goes on top of those and it locks everything in, and you get multiple wicked strong infill / shell building. I mean, it will take 1 hour and 15 minutes. Export to disk. Looks just fine to me. Did I flip them both? I think I did. Okay. Get up to the top. Are they chamfered on top? Yes, they are. Are they both chamfered on top? Oops, wrong way with the mouse. Yep, they are. All right. The other thing I like to do is, people don't realize, see how these are all at 45 degrees? Normally your top and bottom infill matches this 45 degrees. The problem is when you do that, as you're bridging over this, you get funky stuff because they're all at the same angle. That's why if you look at my top and bottom, they're at 90 and 0 degrees. So you get a much better, stronger lock in there too. Making for very, very, very strong parts. I already exported it to this, didn't I? Yep. Okay. So if you look at this, the way I got this, who was saying it wasn't gonna lock in there? This actually goes below the PlayStation. This is the bottom, and this locks into the little lip. And then this is all taller than the PlayStation. So the PlayStation's going to be about 5 to 10 millimeters off. The PlayStation's actually going to start right about here. It'll have space between the cabinet and the top of the PlayStation. Then there's that rib on the PlayStation Slims, and then that's the bottom. And this is smaller than that rib is. It's like a millimeter thinner. So it should slide right in there and rest on this as the foot. It actually holds the PlayStation in place. That makes sense there, Michael? Yeah, just take the link. Here, I'll send you the link. I think it's actually still in there. There you go. Then you pop that on your phone and touch it, and your phone will come up and say, hey, would you like to be part of this stream? And you go, yes. And then it says, can I have access to your camera and mic on your phone? And you say, yes. And then, poof, you're here. It's that simple. No, it's going to catch on the bottom. This is the bottom. This is where it mounts. This is the bottom. The legs are normally right here. It's actually catching in two places. It's catching in the middle and the bottom. Hey, we got red light from the crane.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, I don't know how you might be able to hear the CB and shifts. Might comes over it. I'm gonna put this in my pocket and see if you can still see it. I'm not.
Brett, you lost your mic. Oh, you turned your mic off. Oh, you lost it.
There, now you can hear it.
I can hear you, but now we can't see you.
Oh shit! What'd I do?
You probably just hit the little button with your thumb that says hide the mic.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, let me know if it goes away because I got this in my pocket.
Yeah, it just kind of went straight up in the air.
You're gonna have to 3D print me something so I can hang it around my neck.
Yeah, or just mount it on that cage in front of you.
Yeah, that's on the outside. I do that,
right.
then I'll get fucking hot having the window open.
Oh, that's an air conditioned unit?
Hell yeah, it's air conditioned.
So is that actually a crane, or is that just a real fancy excavator?
It's basically an excavator.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what most of them are, is excavators and scrap yards.
Yep. That's still pretty freaking cool, man. Check that out.
Now I'm just sorting piles, pulling out shit I can upgrade. Basically, is what I'm doing. Then throwing shit's going to right. All that shit's going to go right to the shredder. Once the trucks come in, we'll load it up.
And you pretty much sit in that thing all freaking day long and just do this?
Yeah, 8 hours a day I sit in here and watch YouTube or listen to you guys. Sometimes I was out this morning picking shit up, so it got pretty warm, but I don't get out unless I have to.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that unit's air conditioned, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's only got 1,400 hours on it. It's a brand new crane.
Oh, yeah. As I say, I've been at a couple excavators even here up in New England. Man, you get summer sun beating through those windows. In fact, I noticed you got a blacked out roof. Most of them we have around here got the glass roofs.
That's actually a blind. You can pull it over, so I keep it like that. Like I got a button here I can raise way up in the air too. I can go up pretty high.
Yeah.
So if I want to get it up where I can see in the truck.
Blacking out the roof. They're like a silver, like those things you put on your windshield in the parking lot.
Yeah,
actually hard top on that one.
I've been trying to get them to tint the windows on them, but it ain't happened yet. Even a real light tint, so it'll keep the sun out. Cause it still gets warm in here when it gets pretty hot out.
The problem with the tint is it almost heats it up more because if it's regular tint, it darkens the window and makes the window hot. You want that chromed reflective tint.
Well, I think they're afraid people's going to fall asleep and be sleeping instead of working too.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of obvious if you're not working because the crane ain't moving.
Yeah, there's a few of them around here that it don't move. They just sit and idle, which I can't do that shit. I got to be busy. That's boring.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I could stop for a half an hour and take a quick nap or have lunch or whatever, but I couldn't sit in that thing for 8 hours a day and not do something.
Like right here's an I-beam. I'll send it over to the torture and have it cut up for 5-foot material and get more money out of it.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're working in like a recycling center or a junkyard.
Yeah, basically. It's basically a scrap yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get all the scrap from like Chrysler, GM. We get all their scrap and we sort it out, upgrade.
Where the hell are you? What state are you in?
I'm in Indiana.
Right.
We got scrap yards all over though, especially out east, north, south. We got some in Florida. They're building a steel mill down in Texas right now.
Yeah, well, we outsource all of ours. Connecticut's too small to do it, So we have like a bunch of scrap yards, but most of our stuff goes to like New Hampshire or Vermont or.
Plus, a lot of your shit probably goes overseas.
I think all our plastics go out west.
I just found out there's a huge plastic recycling place in Indianapolis. They're actually recycling all the plastic and turning it back into oil, like diesel fuel and stuff. It's pretty wild. I'm gonna go check it out.
There's a big one that people don't realize, like the Polar Tech fleece shirts and jackets and stuff. They're all recycled freaking milk bottles.
Yeah, and this guy was saying a lot of that plastic, though, if you go to mixing it, it contaminate it. So plastic's weird because there's so many different types.
Yeah, but
it's pretty interesting, though.
Most of the stuff I've seen now, they all have the little triangle on the bottom that tell you what kind of plastic it is. So
I thought about checking it out because all the computer scrap I get's got a lot of plastic and shit on it. I can start recycling it, too.
Yep.
I got so much shit at home to go through. It's ridiculous. I did find some old RAM for Timothy once. It's DDR2 and they're 2 gig sticks. You don't find them very often, 2 gigs of RAM and DDR2.
Yep.
I saved them in case he wants them.
I'm waiting for them. It's kind of what an SSD is, but I was kind of waiting for them to start making it so you could like take old RAM and make it into hard drives.
Right. I tore part of one of those SSD drives. There ain't shit in it, just a board, and that's it.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's just freaking old RAM sticks. But you could literally take like old RAM sticks and stick them on a board, and they'd be a faster like mini hard drive for starting up and stuff than even some of the SSDs are.
Yeah.
RAM's pretty fast. Even the old RAM, 10-year-old RAM is still faster than an old spin-up disk drive.
I don't even save the RAM unless it's 4 gigs or bigger. Other than that, I don't save it anymore. I just throw it in the bucket and recycle it. I did grab a couple computers the other day that had 8 gig sticks in them, which I was surprised.
If you can sit there and recycle all that RAM, like old Macs and old PCs from 10 years ago, and you take a board and you just stick them on there, and all of a sudden you got like a super fast, it's small, but you could use it for like, not a backup drive, but a switch out drive, when your computer gets over full, or I don't know. It seems like you could use it. It's fast. It's still fast in comparison to some.
I've got so many freaking hard drives. It's crazy. If they ain't 1 terabyte, well, actually, I quit saving 1 terabyte. If they ain't bigger than that, I don't save them no more.
Well, if you get like a stack of 4 or 5 pretty fast, 7,200 or faster or 1 terabytes, I'll take those.
I'm sure I got some all.
I want to make a RAID, but I never wanted to do it with. I don't want to spend money on it and not like it. You know what I mean? I always just wanted to do it
right,
like a toy thing to try.
I got a bunch of hard drives. I'll go through them, and if there's any 1 terabytes, I'll set them to the side and send them to you.
Yeah. The problem is they all got to match. It's got to be the same brand, same speed, same. Because that crap never seems to work, from what I understand. I haven't done it yet, but that's why I want to play with it.
Yeah, I was trying to install a Prusa slicer. Vince, I was talking to him about it, and would not let me install it. So there was something on my computer that was stopping it because I downloaded another program to see if it installed, and it would. So I said, fuck it. I just reformatted my computer, and that's the first program I installed was Prusa, and it worked. So there was something keeping it from install. I don't know what the hell it was.
Did you have an antivirus program on there?
I don't even run an antivirus because if I get shit, I just reformat. I don't care.
Yep, that's pretty much where I am too.
I save all the stuff important I put on my file server because I've got like 5 different file servers hooked up through all my computers. So I don't even. The only reason I use that computer is get on the internet, surf, and do the 3D printing stuff. Other than that, it's an i7 computer. It's pretty fast, but I don't really use it. It's got 32 gigs of RAM in it.
That's nice.
I basically bought that computer to hook up my 3D printer to when I first bought a 3D printer. Other than that, I don't do no gaming or nothing.
Oh, I gotta actually start printing something here, don't I? Would help if I actually, now that everything's warmed up.
But when you go to install it, I click yes, and when I click yes, it comes up a little box that says, okay, that box would go away right as soon as I try to click it. So I don't know what was making it do that. So now I'm in the process of reinstalling everything on that computer, a little bit at a time.
I do that automatically, like once or twice a year, because I play. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I used to like beta test for Apple and a few other companies. So I was constantly installing stuff and deleting stuff and installing stuff and deleting stuff. They always leave that little like library files, and I don't care what you clean it with. There's always crap that gets left behind. So every like 6 months, I used to just completely wipe my hard drive and reinstall. And it runs so much cleaner, both Macs and PCs. I did it to both every, 6 months to a year. I used to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how this will work if I get a phone call neither. The only person who probably be calling me would be my wife if she does, but I've already talked to her today, so.
The phone will override StreamYards and kick StreamYards out, I believe.
It's the first time I've ever streamed on my phone, so. Actually, I'm getting ready to upgrade. I'm going to get the new, either getting a Note 10 or I'm going to get that new Samsung 20. I don't know which one yet.
Yeah, I got the Note 10 Plus, which has
Yeah,
a 3D scanner function on
I
it.
always make sure I get the last year's version of whatever, because that, actually works. Anything brand new never works.
Does that Samsung, the new Samsung 20 have that 3D scanner thing on it or no?
Oh, I haven't looked. I'll probably look up real quick. I haven't looked only because the fact that when I get a phone, it's like 2 years before you get or eligible for an upgrade. So I never looked at the next phone's coming out until by that time.
I'm streaming on a Samsung 8 Plus right now. So I'm due for that. It's about time to upgrade.
I'm of the, if it still works, don't fix it.
I know, but
I was still using an iPhone 5 up until about 6 months ago. My brother said, go buy a new phone. He's like, you have the money. Here it is. Go buy yourself a new phone. It's like, but
I don't care for Apple stuff.
They won't even let you update it anymore.
Yeah, my wife's got one of those iPhone XSs, but I don't care for iPhones.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth. There's really no advantage to either one. I went back to the iPhone just because, I'm kind of Mac centric, so it just fits with the ecosystem. Otherwise, I probably would have stayed with Android. I don't really see an advantage to one or the other.
I've got a couple i5 desktops. If you want me to send you one, if you're going to play around with Windows.
What do you got?
They're i5. I mean, ain't no i7 or i9, but an i5 would still be good enough to stream online and all that.
Well,
Yeah, i5s are actually, they're
that's
not.
what most Macs are. i3s and i5s currently. You have to spend money to get an i7 in it. Until next year, when they're all going to be Apple frickin' silicon. No more Intel chips.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that old Apple that desk tower I found that had that liquid cooled system in it. That was pretty cool. As out of a G5.
Oh, my G5 had a liquid cool.
Yeah, I didn't know they had them in it until I started tearing it apart.
Yep. Yeah, the G5 was pretty. That was the problem with the Motorola chip. It was a faster chip than the Intel chip. You just couldn't keep it cool. The things were screaming freaking hot. They couldn't put them in laptops or anything because you just couldn't. You'd have to have too much, cooling structure to, end up. Apple wanted everything thin, and you'd end up with this big bulky monstrosity just trying to keep the chip cool, and it wasn't efficient. It was really a power hog, but it was super fast. The G6, I guess they called it, which they never actually came out with, in the public, was still one of the fastest chips ever made, but you had to have a small refrigerator to keep it in because otherwise it just melted itself.
Yeah, my old crane I used to have was a Cat. It had a mag and a grapple both on it. I liked it a lot better because I could move everything. I didn't need no help. This mag, after it heats up, it won't even hardly pick up the refrigerator. It's crazy.
Why? What machine is that? It's not a Cat?
Now this is a Cinnebogen.
A what?
It's a German-made crane, Cinnebogen. It come from Germany.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, they actually Cat quit making cranes for a little bit, but I guess they're supposed to start back up again.
Yeah, Cat seemed to have gone under a little bit. Like, not completely, but they seem to. I don't know. I heard a lot about them not being.
We just got a brand new Cat loader, and it doesn't have a steering wheel. It's all done by a joystick.
Yeah.
That's how this crane is. There's a little button right here. This right here is how I steer with just this little button.
Yeah.
That took me a few to get used to because the other one is all foot control, and this is done by a joystick now. You definitely don't want to put it. You don't want to put it in rabbit mode. Take off traveling through the yard. Lose control a little bit.
What's up, Tanner? Yeah, we get to watch Red Light work for a little bit. Here, I should make him full screen for a little bit.
Yeah, so I kick my feet up and just kick back here and relax. I got radio. I got everything in here I need. I was trying to get them to put me a 7-inch TV screen in it, but they won't. I do got a little screen for my cameras right up there. I got 2 different cameras I can look at, but I don't use it.
Dude, my cousin used to operate like excavators and backhoes and stuff. He got this brand new machine. He was doing a golf course, and his boss he was working for was a moron.
That's a snap-on Ryan lawnmower, my junk.
Yeah, but brand new excavator. Thing's huge. One of the biggest ones I've seen, in this area doing that kind of work. And his boss comes up behind him. Now, I've been in construction enough. I know someone in an excavator. You don't go up behind the excavator without getting eye contact from the operator. You know what I mean? You just don't do it.
Yep, that's common sense right there.
Right up behind the freaking thing in a truck he just bought an hour beforehand. Calls my cousin on the phone and says, "Hey, whip around and come check out my new truck." So what does my cousin do? He brings the bucket in, he brings the bucket all the way into the cab and whips it around really fast. Brand new Ford truck and threw it across the freaking yard. Oh my God, it destroyed that poor truck. Truck wasn't, and the guy's yelling at my cousin. I'm there. I was literally there watching it because I was BSing with my cousin. It was lunchtime and we were going to go out to lunch. And I was just the guy's yelling at my cousin. I'm like, whoa, stop, dude. That's your own fault. You do not drive up. And I didn't know it was his boss at first. I'm like, what are you, a freaking moron? You don't drive up behind an excavator until you know that freaking operator has eye contact with you and knows you. That's just common sense. You just don't do it.
Yeah, some people get too comfortable. They get too comfortable too.
Yeah. And he's
yelling
at his boss, I could tell him what to do. I said, I don't care who you are. If you're that much of an idiot that you would drive up behind an excavator and not let him know you're there, that's your own damn fault. And he's yelling at my cousin. My cousin's just sitting there going, dude, what the frick? How dumb are you? The guy was a moron. He was a good paper pusher. He was a good salesman. He had no clue about the actual equipment, that he was running the company for.
Hang on, man. Help this driver. He couldn't get his door open because the scrap was in his way, but I popped him the mag and pushed it open. He's an old guy. I don't think he has very much common sense.
A lot of them around.
Yeah, you run one of these excavators, you can pretty much run any of them. Just some of them have different controls. You got to know what they do.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about 12 years now.
Yeah, once you run big equipment, you run. Honestly, the hardest thing I've ever run. Not that I run a lot, but I still think driving a skid steer is one of the hardest things to learn. Once you get it,
I hate it. Right, I hate the ones that are. You get ones that's foot control, and then you get in one that's just done by wrist. That takes a while to get used to.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't like the foot control ones. I find them freaking flighty. Although I always, it's always a used beat up one. So the foot controls always seem to be like sticky, and the joysticks are easy. You can whip them around. Still,
Yeah, when I first started working here, I told them I wanted to be in a crane, so I worked here about a year and then got in a crane, been in it ever since. We used to have a mill here where we used to shred all this, but they tore it down.
Why would they do that? I would think that would be the best.
Because they have a mill within an hour either way from us, so they didn't want 3 mills so close together. So everything goes to Fort Wayne from here.
It just seems like a lot of money to frickin' ship it around when you could be doing it right there.
Well, I know, but oh no, they're big. They got a lot of money. It's a big company, but they just bought another one up north that it's got a mill. So they got a lot of mills all over, and they got their own steel mills. And then they got their own aluminum foundries.
Yeah.
They kind of control the market a little bit. They're not as big, the biggest company, but they're in the top 10.
Yeah, my biggest problem, I can't run any equipment like that anymore because of my broken neck. Can't turn around.
Just don't tell them you have a broken neck. You'll be all right.
No, I don't. I won't do it. They tried to get me to do it at the state, and I got, because I can run it. It takes me 5 minutes to figure out the controls again, but I can run a backhoe or something. But trying to run a backhoe like in the state park when I was working there, that's just stupid dangerous. I cannot see if somebody's behind that thing. I can't turn around and look to back up or do anything. And that's when you end up killing somebody because you're rolling.
Well, I don't ever back up anyways unless I always spin around and I want to see what the hell I'm getting ready to travel to.
Yeah, well, you're on you're not a backhoe. Can't spin around in a backhoe.
Yeah, that's true. Like this one, I can steer either direction, but I still spin around. Mine's a wheeled. I had a track crane. This one's wheelbase.
Oh, that's on wheels?
Yeah, it's on wheels. There, I'll show you the wheels right there.
You like the wheels better, or you like the...
No, I like the track better. I feel like I'm more stable because these just got outriggers, and you can still be on... You got to make sure you're on level ground, because if not, you keep rocking. It's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so, I always thought the treads were more... You feel more secure in them.
And plus, you can go through a lot more on... I like in the track crane because I could actually run over a car and shit if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Feel like I was in a tank.
About flattening the tires.
Well, you feel like you're in a tank when you run over a car the track.
Yeah, believe it or not, I never realized it, but I always thought it would be the other way around. But actually, like skid steers, because I do a lot of like lawn work and stuff when I was doing fencing and crap. The tires do more damage to the lawn than the track does in a skid steer.
Oh yeah, them track skid steers are nice.
Yeah, well, they kind of slide on like lawns and stuff, even though they have more traction. When you go to turn, because if you don't know how a skid steer works, for people in the chat, you don't steer a skid steer. You actually stop one side, add traction to the other, and it just twists it. That's how it steers. And with the tires, they kind of dig into the lawn, where the track is big and flat, and it kind of just floats over the top. I mean, it still tears up the grass a little bit, but it doesn't make big ruts like the wheels do. Right.
Yeah, because that guy that runs the other crane here, he has a track, and he's always tearing the ground up, digging holes.
Yeah, that's just because, he can. I know if I had a place where I could, I didn't care.
Of course, I like having wheel crane now. I ain't got to clean my tracks out every night. When it rains, they don't fill up with mud like track cranes do. That sucks.
Never thought of that. Well, I guess they do fill up with that.
And then in the wintertime, that shit freezes, so you got to get the loader out and use the forks on it to bust the shit out of there.
Yeah. Well,
if not, you go to turn, you can pop a track off when it freezes up in there.
Yeah. See, I've always used like rubber tracks. I've never used a metal track, so it's not a problem with the rubber. You just drive forward, and all the ice and snow breaks right off of it.
Yeah, I think they're looking at another new crane next year. That one's got like 26,000 hours on it. They used to get rid of them. every 15,000 hours they'd get rid of the cranes and get new ones, but they quit doing that.
Yeah, that gets pricey.
Yeah, I think they said this crane was 500-something thousand. What it cost.
Yeah, they make their money back in a year on that.
Oh, easy. That's why they budget themselves so many new pieces of equipment every year.
They're pneumatic, I'm pretty sure. You don't have solid tires on that, do you?
Yeah, they're solid. It's solid rubber, yeah, because there's times where I had to get shit stuck in there. I have to get a pry bar and pry it out of there because I don't want to tear up the tires, so I try to keep everything out of them.
Figured they'd be pneumatic, but yeah, I guess with that big of a rig, because that's a monstrosity, ain't it?
Yeah, this is I got a 63-inch mag on it. It's a pretty big mag.
Yeah.
It's hard to get down into vehicles, though, if I get a mag stuff off of a vehicle, like a trailer, and it barely fits in there because it's so damn big. Yeah, I basically sort shit all day and upgrade and load trucks. Listen to radio, or mainly I'm on YouTube a lot, just listening to videos.
Listen to us dumbasses babble all morning.
Yeah, that's what I do. It makes my days go fast. Listen. And if nobody's live streaming, I'll find some videos just to listen to.
What's the weather going to be like?
It's gonna be a hot one all week.
I put laundry out, and I know it's supposed to be crappy out, so I have to grab the laundry before the thunderstorms hit. We're getting like
I think it's a 20% chance of rain here today, so more than likely it's not going to rain.
Yeah, they're just now in their state, so I got about an hour before they hit me from the looks of it.
Actually, I'm only about an hour away from Robbie and Butcher, both. They're only about an hour drive.
So yeah, well, they're saying about 2 o'clock I'm going to get freaking bombed. So I got a couple 3 hours before I have to worry about the laundry.
Yeah, there's the other crane, the grapple crane, walking now.
Yeah, it's a big-ass crane.
Yeah, that one you set up a lot higher. You got to, probably 10 steps to get to the top bit.
Let's say that actually looked like a crane arm, too. That wasn't even an excavator arm.
Actually, that's a crane I had just like that one, but it had a mag grapple on it, and they sold it and got this one. It had like almost 30,000 hours on it.
Is that bigger? Does that actually have an excavator arm or a crane arm on it?
Which one? The one I'm in or the one he's in?
The one you're in. That's a crane arm he's in, right?
Well, they modify it. That's actually a crane. The one I'm in, they kind of modified an excavator into a crane. They got to make the arms. Yeah. This actually did come from Germany. It took like, I don't know, a couple months to get here.
Dude, take a picture of it when you get out of work today from like the side so we can see it. Post it up on Twitter. I
got pictures of it when it just came in. When we first got it, sitting out in the parking lot on there. Yeah.
I didn't hear a chirp when Tanner popped in. What's up, Tanner?
You're talking about idiots sitting here chatting. I thought you need one more idiot in the group. So.
Hey, Tanner.
Couldn't even hear you, man. Is your mic on?
Yeah.
I like heard you, but it's like really quiet.
Yeah, I'll put a picture up there, and Tanner can 3D print one, design it off the model.
There you go. That's something you haven't done yet.
I redid the prop for that van engine.
A crane with guns on it.
Now we're talking.
It's got to have big ass Gatling guns on the side of it.
Something like the A-Team would do.
Yeah. Well, that's so you can knock out the helicopters. You know, you put the arm way up with the Gatling gun on it, and you can knock out the helicopters coming over the hill.
I said I wouldn't shoot him. I'd just swing the mag at him and knock him out of the air.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get close enough to let you get that magnet anywhere near him.
Yeah, the only thing bad about this crane, it don't have the reach like the old crane had. I could reach all the way across to that white box over there, but this one won't even reach that far.
That's pretty cool. I could see getting really, really bored doing that after about an hour or two, though.
There you go.
Oh, you do. You get tired of going in circles.
New pusher prop design has more push to it. The older one,
Check
it
that out.
works, but it doesn't have enough push to it. So that's a 5-bladed prop, and it's a pusher, so it creates more force pushing, so it's got more, but it gives more torque. So it's kind of.
What the hell you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the rubber band powered airplane thing?
Yep.
Let's see.
And do you want them all separated so that you can put them on your bed wherever you want? Because I realized I sent you all of them together.
It's fine. I separated them out and put them in place so that I could see them during the mock-up anyway.
Cool, no props.
Did you guys watch Workocky's little idea maker mini thing he did today?
Yeah, I seen he posted, but I ain't watched it.
You got to watch it because he chops himself in half. I started laughing the minute he did it. It's like, oh man, you samurai sworded yourself in half.
Did he do it on purpose or was it accident?
No, he's showing you that you can. His idea maker's got there's a couple of them you can like slice up your model, so if it's a little too big, you can slice it up and bring it back onto the build plate and print it. But idea maker, like, it's really customizable. You can like angle it and pitch it and rotate it, and you can really slice up a model and get it. It's not just like horizontal or vertical like Bruise's Slicer and Kira are. You can like do all kinds of weird angles and stuff and multi-cut. And when he was doing that, and he like did a diagonal cut, and it looked just like you always see the like Star Wars. Somebody slices you with a lightsaber, and it like starts at your shoulder and goes down to your waist, kind of a half slice. Body like slides off the cut.
I shared my screen so Andrew can see what I.
All right, I'm getting ready to jump off here, you guys. I'm getting ready to head to lunch here shortly.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for popping in, man. That was pretty cool watching that.
Yep, I'll see y'all later.
All right, see you, Red.
I love the design.
That's pretty cool.
So, like I said, I have no idea if this will work or anything, but I thought, if I keep them all separate pieces where, you assemble it, if it doesn't work, then I'll just make something fancy for back here, and it'll be a non-functioning, just,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta start putting the other arm and leg on there. It freaking creeps me out.
Do you know, it reminds me of the first time I made my ever first rocket engine, and at McDonald's you used to get these Action Man toys, and they had the plastic winglets, and you could throw them and they would glide. I decided to hot glue a rocket motor that I had built to it, and it went off, got halfway, and then blew up. I had bits of it come flying at me. Yeah, so I used to make rocket motors as well.
Oh god, we used to glue rocket motors to jarts. Remember jarts, long jarts?
Oh yeah.
You freaking glue a couple 3 Estes rocket engines to those and launch it up in the air and then run and hide. Because when they come down,
I've still got some 5Cs.
They do some damage.
If you know what the 5Cs are, they're like that big, and they can go up to 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
So I've still got a couple of those.
To the freaking thing. The problem is we'd always use like hot glue, so it would get like halfway up, and then the hot glue would release because the engine gets hot, and the motors are going all over, and the jerk's still going up in the air. The motors just start going all over the place.
The coolest thing that I ever made was, those big water jugs that you get for like the machine, like the water drink things. I turned one of those into a pulse jet, and it worked for about 10 minutes until the actual top just blew off. But it worked. It was so loud. It was just brilliant. For the couple of seconds it was going, it was loud until the top just went woof. I was just loving it.
Just for you, Tom. There you go, man.
What I miss? Oh. Why won't it let me put it on there? There it goes. Yeah, full body parts. Dude, it gets creepy looking at that dude with an arm and a leg missing. It's almost like you got a tripod flying around.
So how long was the wingspan on that at the end?
It's just under 400 millimeters.
400.
How are you
So
gonna print that on?
It is. Let me see. I measured it.
You're gonna have to
My
split it up.
measurement's gone. Why is my measurement gone?
1, 3, 3. Let's check the props.
Oh, there it is.
So you're gonna make
It's,
it 3D print the prop, or you're gonna have to get like a regular like quadcopter or airplane prop?
Half width is 195. So 390. And then 140. The main body part is 140.14 long. Now the wings sweep back.
Put that right now and try it. See if it'll fly.
Well, after this print is done, I'm
A
going to
little aileron on the back.
rubber band engines and do a push test on it, see how much torque it's got on it. Because the first prop, like when I tested it, it doesn't look right, but I just get a lighter and just smooth it off.
So yeah, the only things I have left to design is design the way the figure is going to connect to the bottom.
Later, Michael.
The two posts that you just click in, and then a magnet. Just find your CG,
Right.
because you'll need to find that. So if you hold it on either side and move it forwards and backwards, see when it starts to tip down, put just a daub of hot glue of where the guy's going to go, put him on, and then adjust your CG to there, and then you can tell where your mounting point's going to be. Because if your CG's off, the minute the torque comes from the rubber band, it'll just go like that and straight down. Or
Well, that's why I was thinking about
It'll stall.
having like a channel, like a slide
Oh yeah. Then you
on
can
there,
adjust
and then have the thing that he connects to have, the ability to just kind of slot in there, and then you could slot it a little further forward or a little further back, and maybe put some pinholes in the side to stick a pin in when you find the right spot.
On that note, I gotta go figure out what I'm making for lunch for Mom and Nutcase, so I'm gonna have to kill it in a few minutes. It's only quarter of. But gotta do it soon.
Oh, so did I see right last night? The StreamYard lets more than 6 people in now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Up to 10.
Yeah, for the longest time, that was their biggest drawback, was you were limited to 6 people.
Yeah.
So like when Mr. Butcher would do the
22, which is the next thing I think. I think you'll find by the end of the month that it'll be 1080.
yeah, because like when Mr. Butcher would host the Saturday Night Makers stream, it was hard to ever really get in because there was always 6 people.
Yeah, and it's paid only. The free is still limited to 6.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, then we need to get some people to send some Patreon money or something Mr. Butcher's way, so the Saturday Night Makers thing can have more than 6 people.
Yeah. He's rich. He can afford it.
He has kids. When you have kids, you can't afford anything.
He can afford it.
You can
Just start
afford all
with-
that lovely aluminium anodized extrusion, so I think he can afford it, I guess.
If he can afford a freaking Slice Engineering hot end, he can afford StreamYards.
Yep. You can tell.
Oh, not rich. Not rich. Not Mr. Richie Rich. He's just Buttram rich. He's not Richie Rich.
Yeah. 20 bucks a month's not bad, I guess.
Anyway, I'm gonna kill it because I got to go make lunch. I can hear him bitching down there already about it.
Yeah, I probably got to start thinking about lunch for my father-in-law because he's back at the house now.
Cruiser Rich. Yeah, so I'm gonna kill it. Have fun, guys. See you later. Probably tomorrow, because what else am I gonna do with my life?
You stream every day.
I streamed last night. I didn't stream at all yesterday. I streamed last night. Everyone was freaking out. They didn't know how to deal with it. Anyway, on that note, later, everyone. Have a good
All
day.
right.
Get you leaders.